David Lovejoy with KGNC News Radio. I'm honored to be joined today by a proud law enforcement official in Potter County, Precinct 2, Georgia Estrada. She's running in the upcoming election for her position as Constable of that precinct. Welcome, Constable Estrada.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here with you once again.
Yes, ma'am. And that's something we're going to hit on. You have been the Constable in Precinct 2 since 2015.
Yes.
You have a long history background, not only with working in the criminal justice system, but now in law enforcement.
Yes.
You were even voted the Constable of the Year in Texas. And so you take this job very seriously.
I do. This is the best job I've had, and I love it. It allows me to be out there in the community, even though I deal with civil and criminal, but it has perks where I'm out in the community as well, and out there doing the best I can to represent Precinct 2 to the fullest.
Now, you're running for re-election to this Precinct 2 post.
I am.
You do a lot of things in the community. You do a lot of outreach to the citizens of the community. And just like some parts of our town, just like our society, we're divided sometimes. Your precinct is a largely Hispanic population. Why is it so important that the young people and all people have that role model of you in a law enforcement position?
Well, you do know that I started this scholarship because I have that passion as well, making sure that we are raising future leaders and to give them that role model saying if she can do it and if she is there, they can also follow through. In our reality, we're getting older as well, and we have to find somebody that's going to continue holding the torch and plowing that legacy forward. So it is very important to me to let them know that we have a place at the table, we have a place at whatever seat we are seeking, and we can be that elected official or the professional, the banker, the teacher, the business owner, the small business owners, because a lot of my precinct has small businesses that they move forward in trying to make an honest living. We are also considered this low class or some type of stereotype in Precinct 2, the industrial part of the county. And I will never, admit to we are the low class. We are the working class.
That's
so.
That's it. Proud people who go to work every day to support their family.
Yes.
It's also important, and one thing that you do is you're a role model for a lot of young ladies because they can say, I can aspire to that. There's someone who has taken a position to enforce the law, to care for your community. I can do that too. And I think that's very important that young women see that nowadays. So I commend you for that effort. Some of the things that you've done in Precinct 2 over the years is to sort of build a neighborhood, a community vibe there. Just this year you put on a Halloween event out north there on Highway 60, and what you did was so unique. That's a large population of immigrants out in that area.
Refugees.
You brought those in with white, black, purple, green, whatever, and gave them a place to be community. What other things like that have you done in Potter County Precinct 2 to build that sense of community?
Oh my goodness. It's a long list, David.
That's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah, I'm fortunate to have elected officials that join the mission and the vision, along with community leaders who are the silent leaders that actually bring together and is the glue for the community. So I have initiated this scholarship to bring the community together. The Halloween, which was the most recent one, was the spectacular trunk or treat, which was surprisingly was a huge success. And I was so grateful and glad that they were able to go in there because, as you know, that northeast part of that county is so tight. They really don't know how to act or react to certain things. The law, everything's brand new. So how do we get out to reach these individuals that are in the northeast side? So just doing that, we did the homeless Thanksgiving 2 years ago to bring that out there. Just something that I can just initiate just to bring everybody together. Let's see, what else have I done?
I'll brag on this. You were part of helping military veterans and also just regular citizens with the mental health issues that we face
Yes.
in our community. You put together a great fundraiser at Bubba 33's, highlighting this for military personnel, but you also highlighted across the board for young adults, for citizens, whatever, about the need to address mental health issues in our community.
Absolutely. We take care of ourselves. Physical health is pushed. We see, Facebook posts of, hey, Herbalife shakes and eat right and get out and exercise. But at the same time, we need to also look at mental health. You don't have to be a first responder if you're dealing with mental health. Stresses of life. Life itself is such a huge stressor that we have to have some type of outlet. But veterans, being from a military family, which my dad was a Vietnam vet, came back to the States and came into law enforcement. So I was around that. I have that passion as well. And I'm so grateful, and I appreciate the VFW always going along with my crazy ideas. And we needed to bring awareness for that. That's something that we have in our county or even in the Panhandle that is a huge need of mental health awareness. Whatever. You don't have to have, how can you say, a huge trauma or a mental illness. Sorry, let me rephrase that. A mental illness to be suffering from mental health issues. So I am so grateful for that as well. And it was a blast to be partnered with Bubba 33 and the VFW to bring that fundraiser for the exercise equipment, which, we put physical health, along with mental health, and that is so important.
That's very important. Another great thing that you've been involved with former school board member John Betancourt, the suicide issues.
Oh, yes.
You've tackled that issue. So you weighed in not only just on the civil or law enforcement matters in your precinct, you address all the issues that affect our communities.
And I think that's our job as elected officials, put the ear to the ground and see what's going on. Get to know the precinct. And I know my precinct. When that started happening with the trend with two separate high schools, we had some issues with that and facing that serious issue within our youth as either suicidal tendencies, completed suicides, or attempted suicides. That is something that needs to be addressed. As an elected official, it is my business to get into it. I know I'm law enforcement, but I work for the people in my precinct, and there has to be a voice. There has to be somebody that says, hey, this is what's going on in my precinct. Let's get together. We got to bring this to the floor. We got to bring it into light. This is what's going on. Because a lot of times, we'll get some officials that get into office, and then we never see them until it's election time.
Right, yeah.
and no disrespect.
It's like, who's you?
Yeah, no disrespect to any elected official, but that's what I understood immediately when I became the constable of Precinct 2. And I'm like, okay, and they trust me where they'll call me and say, hey, this is what's going on. What do you think about this? I might not have all the answers,
right,
but I can direct you to the place who has the answers, or I'm going to find out for you.
And that's a great thing. And you said something very important, that mental health or mental health issues are not a crime. And mental illness is different than mental health. Mental health, we all have day-to-day stresses. We have day-to-day, and it can break the greatest of person. And sometimes they just need a release and someone to talk to. And you do provide that. That's a great thing. You are on the ground in Precinct 2 every day. I see you in action from events for children to legal issues. And you're not afraid to wade into those waters. And as you move forward, if you're reelected to this precinct as constable, what are some of the things you want to try to do moving forward?
I will be reelected as constable. So we got to keep that positive,
Yep.
And I'm going to go back a little bit, and I'm going to answer your question. Is I came from a place that we know nothing but to work hard, and I have a moral and a value that you will not outwork me. So when I came into the appointment of a constable at Precinct 2 and back in 2015, I had nothing. I had nothing, not even a pen left for me, but an empty office, and there you go. You know, go on forward.
Do your job. Yeah.
Do your job as a constable, not knowing everything that it was, you know, in detail of how to do this or whichever. I am so grateful and thankful for the constables in Potter County, Mike Duvall for Precinct 3, Daryl Wirtz, Precinct 1, and Idella Jackson from Precinct 4 took me under the wing, and we went to running. So I built the constable office of Precinct 2 from nothing. And I've tread the ground, and I pled that plow the ground, and I plead that, excuse me, I'm not using the right word. I vowed that I will represent Precinct 2 to the fullest with everything that I do, and with the respect of my voters. And with that being said, came the State Constable of the Year back in 2018. 2019, we were recognized in Precinct 2 nationally. So I received and I would say we received, as Precinct 2 received, the National Constable of the Year.
Wow.
So going on forward, my goals is to still move forward with this office, tread to the ground again, bring more of attention to the northeast part of my county in my precinct, because there's a lot of issues in business that they get left out.
Right.
The east side period gets left out, but the northeast side, I really want to go in there. I want to educate the people in Precinct 2 about the importance of voting, and continue building this office. I need to get this Precinct 2 back to where it should be. The civil process was taken, and this year it'd be sad when I do my financial report to show that it was sabotaged due to the loss of confidence in the constable. So I want to bring that back, because we were rocking and rolling. My civil process was doubling each year. So I want to do that as well, and then watch my scholarship increase as well. Let's see. I have so much goals, David.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
You know, get involved with the legislative session with the state association with the constables, and move forward and show that we are serious about what Texas constables are, because historically we were the first document law enforcement in the state of Texas. Right. And to bring that respect back. So also in Potter County, because it influences into all counties, the 254 counties of Texas. Right. And Potter County has a unique constable united force.
Yes.
We are diverse.
Yes.
We're going to keep moving forward, and we're going to keep doing the job of the constable, and we're going to keep uplifting the higher standards and move forward on that.
That's great. Georgia Estrada, Constable, Precinct 2, believes in putting work into the community. It's not just a job for her, it's a passion. She's seeking re-election, and Precinct 2, look at her, take a look at the facts, and make an informed choice moving forward. Thank you so much for being here, Constable, and
thank you.
Continued success. You do such a great job. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.